1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Episode. Well, no. Season 4, episode 15.
Boom.
What's a podcast? We're back in the building. Jerome Baker III. I am here. It's been a wonderful weekend. Shout out to my guy, always available. Hashtag She Eddie.
What up?
And don't charge Abdul.
We're back, episode 175.
Do remember to listen to What's a Podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts at Apple Music, Spotify, and also YouTube.com/What's a Podcast, where we have a steadily growing YouTube commentary community. Join the gang. We got some secret news. I heard we might be opening for a podcast duel that's coming to DC soon. So we'll talk about that at the end of the end of the episode. Yeah, just big things that I just saw in the email. Yeah. So
okay. Subscribe, man. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Don't be a hater, dog. Just leave a comment. It takes 2 seconds. Subscribe, rate, and comment. Don't forget that.
Subscribe, rate, and comment. See what's good with it. You know, we're absolutely we've had our stride here. It's been a wonderful summer. Summer's coming to an end. First and foremost, we want to give a special happy birthday to my boo-boo, my Isabella.
Yeah.
She turned 10 today.
Big
Happy
1-0.
birthday, Bella.
She stunted on all those little snot-nosed kids. It was tremendous.
How did she stun on him?
She wore a varsity jacket to school.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
On an 88-degree day. I don't understand it.
It's AC in school.
It's different. So she tells me that the AC is pretty crucial.
That's what my kid does too. She wears a denim jacket every day.
And she either wears a hoodie or every day. I can agree because I was in the store yesterday. AC crushed me. So I get it. You know what I mean? So, but shout out to my boo-boo.
Good AC, man.
Me too.
I love that.
Hold on. What do you keep yours at, Abdul?
My
Where
what?
do you keep your thermostat? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, my joint is at like 61.
Same.
Oh, you guys are bugging.
Same.
Yeah. 61.
No, optimal sleep is between 68 and 72.
Oh, and I got a fan running.
We rock it like 68 in the daytime and like 61 at night or something like that.
And I got a fan running, and I'm under the blanket.
My asthma. I just got a weighted blanket.
That's gonna come in real nice in the wintertime though.
If you get a weighted blanket,
no, the weighted blanket's a fire.
The minute you lay down, cancel Christmas.
I can fall asleep. I have no problem falling asleep.
I'm not saying you do, but all I'm saying is you add the weighted blanket to the mix.
I don't sleep with no blanket, dog. I sleep with just a sheet, man. I run too hot.
I
run too hot.
I need a blanket.
So first of all, you gotta get one of those.
My leg out when I gets too hot. You know what I'm saying?
Same.
I let the but I need the blanket though.
Arm, leg out.
Yeah.
My wife. I be putting all the blankets on my wife, man. That'd be too.
What you need is first of all you need a good Mexican blanket. If you're out there from the Southwest, you know what I'm talking about.
Is that racist? Wait,
no, because they're from Mexico, so they're Mexican.
You talking about the woven ones?
Yup, with like a wolf on it or some shit. I got a big one of those.
The joints
I got one right here.
Yeah,
the joints that P-Rod did in the Nike that he did.
I got the same joint right here.
I don't recall.
It was called
that
Mexican blanket. Now that I think about it, that was
how you gonna try to call me racist if I know what I'm talking about?
He's Mexican, so I thought it was okay.
He's from the Southwest. He's from the Southwest. I'm from the Southwest.
From Arizona.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Nevertheless, with Abdul's veiled shot at racism, we're gonna look past that, people. And
plus, there's nothing wrong with saying Mexican.
Yeah, no, for sure. Shout out to the essays.
That might be.
That's not. No.
It's not.
That's that's homies.
Yeah.
Essay. Does that stand for Spanish Americans?
No.
You don't. Who spells it? You're going way too. It's not even an S and an A.
I
nevertheless, we're gonna move beyond.
I was trying to clean it up for you.
I'm good. Look at we're gonna let the thesaurus chill out over there, and obviously, we had a great weekend here in DC. The weather's still cracking.
It was beautiful today. Damn.
I think today was nice. I think yesterday was super, super cracking as well.
Yesterday was really hot, but you're from Arizona, so it's all good.
It was nothing. Yeah, 93 is nothing. if you follow Abdul on Instagram, over the weekend you were treated to his just never-ending story of clothing. I almost unfollowed Abdul during the sale just because
I was gonna suggest that to whoever
yeah,
follows me. Like,
block.
yo,
Yeah,
I'm about to go on a fucking tear.
You just
You need to
silence
unfollow me. Go ahead and do that.
yeah. So next time I'll do that. But
Yeah.
Abdul seemed to sell a lot of clothing.
Did you sell everything?
No, not everything.
He did
I
sell
ended
some
up
key
couldn't
items
even-
though.
I couldn't even post everything. Honestly, me, I think I hit that limit on IG story, where if you keep on posting, it doesn't tell you, but it's deleting some of the first posts that you made. So,
Why
I
don't you just
think
put everything on eBay and then like post the link to buy everything?
I'm just one of them like instant gratification kind of dudes. Like,
He basically Abdul did it because he probably felt lonely and wanted some DMs.
It's like
it's
like a humble flex too. It's
yeah,
like,
he wanted some attention.
I'm
you know
selling
what
I'm
saying?
selling more shit that my daughters don't want anymore than you have.
no, it's not that my daughters don't want. It's
They don't
my
fit 'em.
daughters grew out of it.
Yeah.
and it's some items that obviously I've spent money on, and I just felt that. And this is not my first time doing this sale. It's like my third or fourth time.
You
this
also
probably
give a lot,
was
you
the
also
biggest
give a
one.
lot of kids stuff away too.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure, I've given away
I
a
think
lot
you
of
should
stuff.
you should do a reel next time though. Do a couple, film like 5 joints and do a reel because the reels are what Instagram's trying to push. You know what I mean? So I might travel a little further.
Well, I think the next time, if it does happen, I'm gonna maybe just create another account and sell everything on there through like posts, instead of having to run it through IG stories. But it was very successful. It was a very, very busy 24 hours where the DMs obviously were never ending, and I tried to respond to everybody. And some people were paying without letting me know, and then somebody else actually who I told they could buy it paid for it, and now I got 2 people who paid for it, and I got to refund one person, and it was a whole lot of shit like that too. So, but listen, very successful sale. All proceeds from that I end up dumping in my kids' 529 college plans. But yeah, man, I sold some stuff that I will beyond my expectations price wise, what they would go for. I sold a pair of Cause Bapesters in kid size for $650.
Woo! Good Lord.
Foolish.
DS?
Yeah, those were DS.
Okay.
But I have like 5 or 6 pairs of them. Not all of them were DS. I think I have 3 pairs that are DS. And
you should ask him if he wants the other colors.
He doesn't. I listed like 4 of them. Yeah,
Who
one of them sold
$600 shoes for their little kid.
Sold the hemp dunks. The hemp dunks and a kid's hemp dunk with the pink swoosh.
Yep.
Those went for
DS?
8 bills. Those were not DS. My kids wore those.
And 8 bills.
8 hundo.
But they both wore them.
But let's be honest though, you're never gonna see those again.
You're never gonna see those. That's an item you're gonna keep.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna say who bought them, but
it doesn't matter.
I was actually offered $900 for them. And I ended up selling them to one of my peoples for 8 because he had actually put in an offer of 8 and somebody offered 9, but I ended up selling it to him only because, yeah, it's one of like some of these items I don't really think of like footwear or even like clothing.
Yeah,
I think of them as like real pieces. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
collectibles.
And this is one of those where I would have just rather it go to my man. Like,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of stays within the family.
Does he have a kid?
He does. He does.
Okay,
and it's perfect timing because his kid is going to be rising up to 10C, which is the size that they are. But yeah, 8 bills. Listen,
You throw in like a free pair of Jordans when somebody spends eight bills on some dunks.
Here's the
You're like, I'm
crazy
just gonna
part.
bless you with this 10C
a free
DS
major,
pennies.
a free major T-shirt.
Here's a major T-shirt. Here's the crazy part is that I ended up he actually wanted another pair of sneakers, and I was like, yo, you don't have to pay for those, and he was like, nah, I'm gonna pay for them, and got those as well.
So you didn't sneak a pair in the box for him, just off the
Bro,
strength?
I didn't even I didn't. I should have. I probably will. I mean, I send him stuff for his kid all the time too.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
that's
again, those
probably gonna happen.
pieces though. Like that is
Yeah.
not just your average, sneaker purchase.
Yeah,
Those are that's definitely pieces.
and those are just seeing those in a kid size is just
So
real
rare.
mind-boggling.
It's just rare, yeah.
It's you can get the adult pairs and drop $500-$600, maybe even more, 1,000 on them or something like that. But seeing them in the little kid size is just, man, it's crazy. Yeah.
I mean, again, those are pieces that come along
Yeah.
very, very, very
Um.
infrequently.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of the stuff I was selling. I mean, not to like toot my own horn or try to be like, yo, I got all this, whatever. But a lot of those were, really rare items. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even like the Bape jackets and
Do you keep anything though? Is there like certain stuff where you're like, I'm gonna keep this?
yeah, I have kept one thing. I was gonna sell it, but I couldn't actually find it. Is a Bape kids motorcycle jacket, which
Leather. Woo.
Which if I had found it, I was gonna ask a grip for it, and
Somebody would have bought it.
well, I mean, it's just one of those things. Like I would just throw out a crazy price out there because I don't really want to sell it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you take me up on that price, then you know what? Fuck it, it's yours. But if nobody buys it, it's all good. I'm more than happy to keep that.
Yeah.
I have the kids Snow Beach pieces, original from '93, that I
did not sell
put
or
up.
did so?
No.
Oh.
I did not even
You're
list
not
it.
selling them. Yeah, you're not
I'm
selling
probably not gonna sell that. That's gonna
Yeah.
be something that I'm just gonna keep, and
them. Your grandkid will wear it one day.
maybe my grandkid will wear it one day.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but that kids Snow Beach, if you recall the Raekwon, we call it a jacket. It's actually a pullover.
Yeah.
The yellow joint says Snow Beach on the front. The kids version just said snow on it, and it's actually it's not even the same sort of material. It's more like a
hoodie.
Yeah, it's more like a sweatshirt material.
Yeah.
But you want to talk about rare items, dog?
How did you find that?
On the hunt, it's one of those things that I came up on, and my man Avi in Toronto, who owns Better Gift Shop, he doesn't even have a kid, but he has one.
Yeah.
And
just in case.
Yeah, well, he's gonna have kids, knock on wood soon.
That's what I'm saying.
He had kids. When I first had a kid, I was like, let me have it. And he was like, nope. And I respected it. I was like, listen, it's one of them things. You do not want to get it out of your sight. You know what I'm saying? If you've managed to find it, keep that joint.
Yeah.
And then, I came up on the hunt, and sure enough, I got it as well. But so both my kids have worn it. I think it still probably fits my younger one, but she's just, I can kind of see the lanes that as your kids are getting older, like what their sense of fashion is going to be. Jerome could probably attest to that too. Like him guiding her, telling his kid, or me telling my kids what they should be wearing now, just does not resonate as much as
at that age
when they were little kids.
Yeah, they're at the age they want to pick their own shit.
Yeah, they want to pick their own shit. They want to wear what they want, and they're gonna listen sometimes.
That's good for you though, because you don't have to buy them like 300 pairs of shoes a year, because now they don't want all those.
I do. I still love the hunt of chasing sneakers, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I do.
Bella's just become very specific. She wants what she wants.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So we drove around Northern Virginia all last weekend, just no avail. The hottest shoe out for girls is a Converse Platinum sneaker. I mean, platform sneaker.
Oh yeah.
And you could not find it anywhere. We went to Tyson's, Fair
Just
Oaks.
order them online.
That's
dog.
what we ended up. We came home,
You
ordered
have
them.
to, yeah.
They got here yesterday. She wore them today. She wore them on her birthday.
Boom.
She was great. You know what I mean? She
Yeah.
was happy. Like I tried to get her some Lisa Leslie dunks off Nike. She was
Those
like
are fire.
She was like, no, I don't want.
You talking about the one they got like
purple,
number 9 on the side, right?
I
Those
thought
are
they were
dope.
fire.
I love
They
those.
are.
But that's not what she wants. You know what I'm saying? She was like, no. She was like, no.
I want the
That's
platform
not what I
chucks.
want. Platform chucks. Say less.
No problem.
Maybe expedite that shipping.
Get 2 pairs for the price of 1 pair of
You know what I'm
dunks.
saying? So,
You know, as much as we talk about like wanting to like go in and shop at stores and support like businesses locally, I just went looking for a printer for the crib today, dog. I went to Staples, and mind you, these are not mom and pop stores, right? These are real big corporations.
Yeah.
But I went to Staples, I went to Best Buy, and they just did not have the printer I'm looking for. It's just so much
like something
easier.
specific.
No, but I was looking for something that's kind of like a mid-range, not like the cheapest, like something in like the $300 range.
Yeah.
I kind of already had an idea based on my research what I'm looking for, what model it is.
Amazon that shit, dog.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you know,
I hate to say it, but
yeah, we end up being slaves to online shopping.
It's because
nothing is available in the stores.
Well, that's also why it's not available in stores, because people weren't buying it and they got, you know, shit just sitting there too. You know,
Yeah,
it doesn't make sense for a store to get 30 fucking printers of the same one if everybody's gonna buy it on Amazon.
but see, I think the worst part, like that, I get because printers are a specific sort of thing.
Yeah.
But we're talking about sneakers and not like kids never getting to try on the sneakers.
Yeah.
In the store, like, of course, you come to Commonwealth. I don't want you to try on shit. I'm like, you should know your size.
Yeah.
You should be able to look at it and be like, this is dope or not. It's one thing, right?
Yeah.
But if we're talking about a 10-year-old kid and there's no dunks on the shelves, you don't know how the Kobe's feel on your feet. That's crazy. Like
It's
that
crazy.
is to me is legitimately insane. And you know, like it just depends on what
there
you
was
want.
no computers when we were kids buying shoes, dog. Well, at least for me and Abdul, there was no internet. When I was in high school,
for sure.
It was like in store or East Bay.
You had to go. Yeah. You had to call that.
But that was the beauty of it, and that's why we have that ingrained in our DNA is to still go search, because there's nothing like pulling up on the actual item.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than actually walking away from a store with product in hand.
Instant gratification.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's so much instant gratification. It's more so it's just like I've really got what I wanted.
Yeah,
even Bella, but even Bella was like, "Daddy, if these don't fit, we could just send them back." And I'm like, "Yo, why even put that out there? Like, the possibility of that wouldn't be an issue if these were in any of the 3 malls we tried. At this point, I never need to go back to the mall again.
Yeah,
I mean, you really don't.
You don't,
because you could definitely get everything in a mall online.
Yeah.
Or the only thing I need to buy in person is a computer. You know what I'm saying? And
you
even
can
then,
spec that out on the Apple's
exactly.
website.
So technically, I don't need anything. And the worst part about it is there's so many things 10 years ago we just talked about it. DTLR, Models, all these things right here. 2 blocks from my crib.
I'll be honest. I still like going into stores though. I would rather go grab one from a store. And even with the printer, I'm talking all this shit now, but what I ended up doing was I came home and I looked up. I was like, oh, the Best Buy in Wheaton actually has one, or the Best Buy in Rockville actually has a few over there. So tomorrow I'm just going to go grab one from there. Yeah, I'm just going to drive over there and go get it instead of having to wait 3 days for it to be shipped out here. We're living in Washington, D.C.
online and go and just do in-store pickup.
Yeah, I could do curbside pickup.
Yeah,
I could do that. But no, my point is that, you know, I'm talking all this shit, but I'm still doing my best not to buy it online.
Yeah.
And because I do like walking out with what I'm looking for and bringing that shit home the very same day. And, you know, we live in DC, dog. Y'all have Ring on your. There's people's packages are being stolen every single day. If you don't know about Ring, which is Nas's company. Well, one of the investors, but it has its own sort of
So
not
like
social media, but their own sort of like network of like users, and
Yeah.
everybody be on there like talk about, my Amazon package got stolen today, and they show the video of the person taking their package every single day. It's actually pretty funny because some of these videos, I mean, fam, you don't need to report that your kid's diapers got stolen. Like, why are you even telling us? I don't fucking care.
Hold on. Breaking news.
Oh shit, good or bad?
I believe it's good.
All right,
Serena Williams.
she won.
I believe she's won because my mother.
Oh, fantastic.
My mother texted me, Serena, yes, yes, yes.
Oh, there we go.
And my mother's very pro Serena, so
I think all of us are, and of course, shout out to Serena. Her sister got eliminated, though. I did see that headline.
it might be time.
Venus-
It might be time for Venus. It might be time.
You know what I mean?
What do you mean, to retire?
Yeah, to hang it up.
I mean, I don't think she's made that announcement. I was just saying she got knocked out of the.
That's
yeah,
what
right,
Jerome,
but-
that's what
but-
Jerome's saying, is that she
I'm
might need
saying-
to hang it up.
And she might need to. I don't know if she's
She's
had a
not
lot of. I don't know if she's had a lot of success recently. She's probably
all good.
40. She's probably 42.
She's
and-
older than Serena.
Serena's 40, so she's like 42.
Okay,
She's been a pro for what, 25 years?
Yeah, she's good to go. She's
Hang it
she's
up.
healthy.
She has
she's
some
healthy,
amazing
she's ready to go.
accomplishments.
Yeah, like yo, become
go out on top though.
become the big dog for ESPN tennis, and fucking ride it out. Give them money. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I hear you.
like I'm not knocking her. I'm just saying like it might be time. You know?
She don't need no money.
Oh, it's never. No.
I'm
For sure.
saying,
It
Neither
ain't
one of them
rich.
need
Yeah,
another
they're
dollar.
good. They're good.
Yeah.
Episode 175 was the podcast. Also, Abdul, I guess maybe in the midst of his sneaker sale, this might have been just a great marketing ploy. I don't know what it was, but Atmos drops a video of Abdul just again the guy that doesn't
like works part time at Atmos.
the guy that doesn't like to the guy
Yeah.
that doesn't like to talk on the mic, the guy that doesn't like to speak in public settings for a second week in a row is now on camera, on video,
Oh my god!
speaking very succinctly about the
What does succinctly mean?
just you know it, you know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I gotta look.
But
that up.
he's speaking in a very professional manner about the West Indies Air Force One. Gave us the year of the original, gave us 3 others, gave us a sample that nobody has even seen. Like, come on, my guy. Like,
Had the West Indies.
had the
going
West
nuts.
had the West
Going
Indies.
nuts.
Yo, I'm at one point Nike's gonna be like, yo, what's up with this guy, man? Like,
Yeah.
let us know when that phone call comes around before you sign,
Nike already knows.
before
My
you
man
sign the
already-
NDA.
My man was
Before you-
already out in Oregon.
Yeah, before you sign the NDA, let us know.
You see him on sneakers? Nike
Oh
already knows.
man! Shout out to Atmos, man. They asked me to do this little feature. I don't know what to really call it, but they also ended up doing like a Meet the Collector series, but talking specifically about the West Indies Air Force One before the retro came out. And I was like, yeah, man, let's do it. I can talk about some of show or at least show some of the other pairs. I think for that's one thing I think is missing in sneakers today is, I think especially when they're retroing stuff for that might have been near and dear to somebody like me because of my age, you can't automatically assume that it's going to connect with the new consumer that's coming up, right?
Because they're
doesn't.
sitting everywhere.
Well, yeah, because
Every website.
that new person, that new kid that's coming up
doesn't care.
they don't have that same sort of connection
Yeah.
because, and the only way they can have that sort of connection is maybe learning about the story behind it and learning about this. And I'm not just talking about the West Indies Air Force One. I'm just talking about in general. We've seen a lot of things come out recently that are being retro that just did not hit. You know what I'm saying?
Air Trainer ones, SC trainers.
Those things, as well as, I mean, you think back to like Dave's Quality Meat, that DQM bacon,
yeah,
which I think ended up selling. But the fact that they did not include Dave Ortiz in telling that story behind that shoe
Yeah, they
and
fumbled
what
it.
it meant when it first came out.
Yeah.
Whatever year that was, 04 or something like that, 03, I don't remember. But
Right
like
around there.
that just means that these new kids, they don't understand the value behind the story. So they
Yeah.
don't really have that sort of connection with this new thing that's coming up. Recently, I think a few years ago, the Hong Kong Jewel green Air Force Ones. Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember how fire and crazy we were going for those in like
Yeah.
2000, 2001? They came in and hit the outlets, dog. I cleaned up on them. I grabbed like 4 or 5 pairs.
Yeah.
But nobody
But
understood.
nobody cares.
They just put them out. Well, because brands just put stuff out without really taking the time to talk to people who have been around that era and been like, yo, explain to us what attracted you to this shoe in 2000, 2001, 2002. So I like the fact that Atmos was like, yo, come talk about this. Come. You were around when these first dropped. You got them every year they came out. Why?
How many pairs came out total? 5?
4.
4.
2002, 2003, 2004. They skipped 2005, and then they came out in 2006.
But then the sample too, right?
Well, the sample is from 2005, so that might have been the pair that was supposed to come out in 05.
So you have five different pairs.
I have 5 pairs, but why that pair didn't come out, I don't know. But I've everybody's like, yo, I've never seen the sample before. Where'd you get it? And you know, and you know, why didn't it come out? Nobody really knows. But they didn't even know there was a sample
woven.
from people didn't even know. Some people maybe did, but everybody
those are really dope too.
Yeah, they're fire.
Have you worn them?
I have not.
Those are dope.
Well, listen, if you don't know, now you know. Watch the Atmos feature. When we first drop this episode, we'll make sure the Atmos feature is in our Instagram story. So make sure you follow Whats'a Podcast, IG on Instagram. Follow Abdul if you want to be spammed with size 6C sneakers for sale.
That's over. Actually, you know, my story's expired, and I think I'm kind of back to normal now. With, you know, I'm still doing the reposts of people shouting me out for the Atmos thing, and I appreciate the love, man. And you know, I think sometimes people are like, yo, I'm not gonna repost everything that people are tagging me on, and I understand that as well, but
you do it.
I do it. People are taking the time out to show me love. I'm not gonna
show love back. Yeah,
I gotta show
I'm
love.
I'm a reposter.
I'm gonna show love back, and I'm sorry if it's spamming your IG stories. My apologies in advance.
I'm not apologizing for nothing. If I'm reposting, that means I'm doing something right, and you should be there. You know.
Yeah, well, you know, it's also I feel bad sometimes because it's the same thing over and over. You know what I'm saying? If it was like different things, like Jerome, if you're at a party and you were DJing and, you know, people took pictures of you and they're reposting it, it's kind of like still different content. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if they but yeah.
Nope.
I'm a
reposter.
You repost every time somebody takes a picture of you and tags you DJing?
For the most part, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. As long as it's nothing, you know what I'm saying, crazy.
Yeah.
It's not like, you know, that one time I took a picture of you making out with the chick and you were like,
that never happened.
He did not repost that.
No, he made me take it off my Instagram.
That didn't happen. It's all good. No worries. Didn't happen.
She was white too.
That didn't happen.
Spicy.
Nevertheless, episode 175.
Thank you to Atmos, man. I appreciate it. Shout out to my man Jacob and the whole squad. Our guy Mitch, who's there. Everybody, man. Mark, you know, the whole crew.
If you have not heard enough about Abdul up to this point in the podcast, and we have 2 more sections about Abdul, so you can
Abdul.
You can skip the next 12 minutes, or you can just continue to listen. We'd appreciate it if you continue to listen, because I think we need you to listen to like 14 minutes for it to count for our plays. But trust me, I'm getting sick of this shit. So if you know what I'm saying.
What did I do now?
2 more Abdul sections, so
let's hear it.
There was a wonderful article about our guy Pierre. Pierre is our guy.
Yes.
And in the article, it was a day in the life of Pierre from Studio Sonic here in DC. the bottom of the article, Pierre basically said, "Hey, this is what I like to do on a perfect day." And one of those things was go to a party at Hill Prince
A
with
Darling Nikki
Matthias.
party.
Darling
which
Nikki
is
party
Your
at Hill
party.
Prince, which is with Matthias and Jerome DJ. Cool.
With Jerome and Matthias. You made sure your name was first.
Whatever, bro.
Okay.
So in the party, you know what I'm saying, they hyperlinked. I think they hyperlinked Hill Prince.
They
They
God did.
Let's not talk. Oh, we're gonna destroy that album.
God did.
Or did we do that last week? Did we talk about Khaled last week or no?
We've been talking about Khaled a lot.
Yeah, we talked about it last
Oh
week.
well, Jay jumped on Twitter today too. So,
so they
as they're speaking, they hyperlink
God,
Darling Nikki. They hyperlink Hill Prince.
Pierre.
They hyperlink. Yeah, I mean articles about Pierre. They hyperlink
Yeah.
me, but they did not hyperlink my partner Darling Nikki Matthias.
Shots.
So technically, if they hyperlinked Darling Nikki, they did hyperlink Matthias.
No.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Let's not technically none of this. All
Yes.
right?
See, look at this.
We're not gonna technically none of this. All right. I think what really happened is Jerome made the call and got himself hyperlinked, got Darling Nikki hyperlinked, and had the hyperlink removed from Matthias's name.
I don't think so, but maybe.
Not at all. See, I agree with Eddie.
Yeah.
Let's keep it moving. This
Yeah, I mean,
villainous,
if
this
Darling
villainous
Nikki-
effort,
I mean, I just think Matthias feels some kind of way about it.
this colonizer effort to divide us that you're trying to employ
Matthias
here.
went on Twitter and said,
No, he didn't.
yes, he did.
He did though. He did.
He
tell
went
you
on
exactly.
Twitter.
But it was all.
But first
I'll
of all,
tell
don't go on Twitter and bash them.
Relax, Eddie, calm down.
No, I'm saying you
Said,
should be happy they wrote an article.
Big up
You included an
Abdul for calling out Jerome for sabotaging my hyperlink. Enough respect. You don't know.
This is some African shit. You know what I'm
This
saying?
is my
I wouldn't
Black
take-
Star
I wouldn't
brother.
take it personal.
Matthias, we got to get you the little Accra Air Force Ones, by the way. I'm gonna make the call to Atmos, get you blessed with a pair.
This is Rice Wars. You know what I'm saying? That's what I look at it as. This is Rice Wars. Okay, Ghanaian rice versus Sierra Leonean rice.
Jollof
rice. Yeah, like come on, guys. Like
Yo,
we don't need this. Black people are doing.
and then
Okay
his
right
next
now.
tweet after that was, "Darling Nikki is over. I'm out." The party and the company and the brand as you know it is now over because
think-
Jerome did not want his partner's name hyperlinked in a WashingtonPost.com
It
article.
sounds like colonizer activity.
How do
That's
you
all I'm
feel
saying.
about that?
Did he tag the person who wrote the article?
It was Jerome. He tagged
No.
Jerome.
I did not read that.
Jerome's not a fucking writer for the Post.
Jerome is. He ghost wrote the whole thing,
He
bro.
Ghost writer.
Yeah.
Big colonizer energy over here coming from Abdul, right?
I'm telling you. It's going to come out. I'm telling you.
Listen, I don't know.
You're going to find out that Peter Sampson, who wrote the article, is really Jerome's fucking ghostwriting name.
Listen, man, we gonna keep. Listen, we just gonna keep that moving. Shout out to Serena. She actually did win.
Shout out to Serena.
That's a beautiful thing.
Beautiful.
That's dope that they added you to the article though. Y'all should be
It
happy
is
that
dope. It is dope.
That's y'all with the shout out.
It was cool. It was solid.
I wish they'd
Um,
hyper.
You'll have way more Becky's showing up to the party now.
Yeah,
you know, I
Matthias
keep it
did not. He
consistent.
did not like it though. He did not
It was
like
not.
it.
No, Matthias was perfectly fine with it. It was girl.
Don't take anything.
Nevertheless,
Never business, never personal.
he
all-
wasn't happy with it.
Matthias is
Oh,
fine.
man.
But
Shout
nevertheless,
out to Matthias,
my
West African brother.
what's the podcast? We do want to give a quick shout out, man, and just sort of like it's a lot going on in the world, man. Pakistan is going through it.
Oh man,
Um,
yes.
If you didn't know, Pakistan has 7,000 glaciers.
What?
Yeah, they have the second most glaciers in the world, obviously outside of the Arctic region, and so
I had no
all
idea.
of the flooding is a result of this climate change and these glaciers.
Oh, so it's
melting.
not rains. It's not
Well,
like
it's excessive
monsoon
rain
weather.
mixed with these glaciers. Glaciers of ice.
If you know, you know.
Oh man, listen, I ain't gonna hold you, right? 94, the single I think was Glaciers of Ice and Ice Cream, maybe.
Maybe.
Oh no, it was Glaciers of Ice
No.
Criminology.
criminology.
It was
I think
Glaciers of
you're
Ice
right.
Criminology. I had the tape. So I used to play that in my mom's car. She's like, "Yo, what are they talking about?" I'm like, "I'll be honest with you, I don't know."
Yeah, it's fire
But
though.
the beat,
I know the words though.
Yo, the beat to Glaciers of Ice. I used to be like, "Yo, what the fuck is this shit?
What
Like,
is he
what is
saying?
RZA? Like, what? Like, I just couldn't get my head around the beat. Like, pause. Like,
Yeah.
it was just like crazy.
The beat
And
was
then
on some like what's my man's name? Scarface type shit, wasn't it? That shit was crazy.
But then, see, Criminology was a different kind of energy. Like, it was just like,
man, what a great time. What a moment.
listen, people. We're not trying to compare.
Oh yeah,
Glaciers
back
of
to
Ice.
Nah, that was nah. That was just perfect timing.
This is not funny, guys.
This is not-
We're about to get canceled.
I forgot what we were even talking
We're talking about
We're
Pakistan.
talking about a
and
very
how
sad thing, man.
Oh,
we
yeah.
want
Thousands
to
of people
we want to
died.
give a shout out to the people
Yeah.
who are obviously it's a big struggle. I read different accounts, but I heard as much as 1/3 of the country is underwater.
That's
and then
a
but
lot
then
of
it was
country.
they also said it was 1/3 of the population of people is underwater. So
That's the
I
same
was looking
thing.
for clarity. Yeah, I was looking for clarity.
That's
Yeah.
even worse. That's even worse. Yeah.
1/3 of
Bro,
the people dead. That's a big ass country.
It's
Underwater?
crazy. Like,
Oh my
yo,
God.
shout out. And you know what's so crazy is when you look at the world, you have many different extremes. So you have places that have too much water, and you have places that don't have any water.
Yeah.
Look at Jackson, Mississippi. I don't know if you guys saw
what's
that.
going on with that? I saw Deion Sanders, Jackson, Florida as well. They're
Jacksonville.
all out of water.
No, well, Jackson,
right?
no. Jackson, Mississippi is where Deion's the coach of Jackson State.
Oh, okay, yes, that's what I'm talking.
And so, because they have this Republican mayor who has been, state governor who has been prioritizing his own things, they got excessive rain. The excessive rain broke their water pumps.
Mm.
In order for the water pumps to work, to be fixed, they got to shut them down. You shut them down, they don't have drinking water. They don't have non-drinking water. Deion himself had, because of Jackson State and his involvement, generated an extra $30 million in 2021 versus 2020. So but at this point, he's trying to find off-campus apartments. I mean, I saw a video, and listen, we as men and women listen to this podcast. You've carried a 24-pack of water in the house. It's decently heavy, right?
It's like 50 pounds.
Okay.
Right?
I saw a video of one dude carrying 4.
Oof.
It was
On
like
what? How? On his arm?
With his hands.
That plastic didn't rip.
He just
He had that shit
homie
folded.
was making it work. And but
Oh my
the
God.
look on his face was like, yo, I can't even afford to drop any of these. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, nah, you can't put it down. Yeah.
That, and you just got other people who gonna be like, oh, water.
Yeah,
You know what
no
I'm saying?
doubt.
And think about it. You can't. The only place they can shower is at the YMCA. And the YMCA, they have to shower between 5 a.m. and 8 p.m.
And there's no estimate on when these water pumps or whatever the fuck it is.
They said
fixed.
with the National Guard there, it could take a week.
So they're gonna be out of water for a week.
They have no water currently. Yeah, for at least for
just that town or
that city. But Jackson's 80% black. I believe it's the state capital. I believe it's one of the biggest cities in Mississippi.
yeah.
Like, it's environmental racism at its finest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just like you have this
And
mayor.
like negligence. You know what I mean?
So I saw another clip where they call them sacrifice cities.
Yeah.
Places
Oh
that
my
have
God.
huge
just doesn't even
minority,
sound-
but places that have huge minority
Population.
And another reason why cities like this aren't important is because the mayor's voting base isn't heavy in these cities.
Right.
Places
Flint,
like Detroit,
Michigan is another place.
Flint, Newark, Jackson, Mississippi, any place, Milwaukee, any place where you have a significant black population that does not vote Republican could be considered a sacrifice city.
Yeah.
So I saw that it was a CNN clip, I believe. So, you know what I mean? Obviously, now the governor wants to act like, but Jackson, Mississippi got a PPP loan for $440-something million. I believe they said it would take $200 million just to fix this first break. And that doesn't even include trying to modernize it so it doesn't happen in the future. Because at this point, it's going to happen in the future. Like, it's only going to continue to get worse. You know what I'm saying? So, this is why my mom is a G. Every time that we're at my mother's house, when you leave out the house, she makes you go buy a 24 case of water.
When you leave,
So if I'm like, hey, we're gonna go to
come back with water.
come back with water.
So y'all got the crazy stockpile.
I told you
there.
my mom has a bunker
full of water.
Full of water.
Wow.
But when you think about it like this,
like a real bunker, like shit pops off, you could go in there.
Yeah, you live in that joint.
Like there's bedrooms and shit down there.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh damn.
Yeah,
and she had that put in or came with the crib?
She had it put in. My mother plays no games.
Oh,
she's a product of the MLK riots in Newark. I think it was like 68 maybe.
Yeah.
That was her that was where she's from.
She was there.
Oh, my mother bleeds Newark, New Jersey. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know, it's unfortunate, man. Shout out to the people of Pakistan. Shout out to the people of
Jackson, Mississippi, Flint, Michigan, all these places.
Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? Episode 175 was a podcast. I didn't even know this was still a thing, I guess. John Geiger and Nike settled their dispute, settlement.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember he got sued by Nike last year or something like that for his version of the Air Force One that he called the GF. No, is it GF or JF?
JG, John Geiger, isn't it?
Oh no, it's called the GF. I think it's the Geiger Force or something like that. 01. And he got sued by Nike, and it looks like they've reached some sort of settlement where he continues to actually make his shoe with some modifications to it.
That's not really a settlement. That's like change your shit, or we're gonna sue you.
No, it's not.
That's the agreement. Change your shit.
No, it's very minor things. I don't think it's anything that we're gonna even notice. I mean, if you think about who won in this, I think it's Geiger. I mean,
I don't know. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if you look at it,
if he can continue to create his product, then he's winning.
Yeah, and for them to even say, they announced him as a designer, and like they're like, yo, we respect his designs and things of that nature. It's kind of crazy that he was able to go up against a giant and somehow came up all right, because the other dude, the Warren Lotus dude, he got hammered. Remember that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got killed. Everything got shut the fuck down.
Yeah.
So if you look at it from that perspective, it's you might consider this a W for John Geiger.
He's probably. I'm sure he looks at it like a W if he gets to continue to create his product.
Yeah,
and sell it and not have a cease and desist. And
and not have to worry about
ever again.
Yeah,
he could just keep pumping out different colorways and no worry.
Yeah,
I think it's a W for him. I definitely think it's an Air Force One bite. But
of course. But I think it also there's other people that have been doing it. I did not know this,
but you can't argue your point that it's not a direct copy when it is. You know what I mean?
I think his argument was that I have changed enough off it, and Nike's trademark of the Air Force One patent is so loose that it's hard for you to be able to enforce it with the way you have it written out in the trademark agreement.
Okay.
So based on that, us looking at it can be like, yo, it's the same shit. But based on what that patent says in that trademark application
for that specific silhouette.
Yeah, I think that's what legally they have to go by.
Because they made those ones and Shacks and all those
if you sit both of the motherfuckers down on the table, the judge will be like, yo, they look exactly alike. Yeah. But based on what the applications and the patents say, or the that Nike put in, apparently that was loose enough for somebody to redesign it and call it their own without it being similar to an actual Air Force One. So I mean,
Yeah, that's
I
a
don't
win
know.
for
I
him,
don't know.
man.
Can Nike go back and really tighten up those patents and where
You probably
nobody else
can't
does
go
it?
back and tighten it up.
Well, can you submit a new one and be like, "Yo, I've been doing this since 1982.
I'm-
Nobody's put out the shoe or anything that looks like it before me."
We're gonna have to,
Yeah,
advise.
we're gonna have to see.
I think
Because
Nike can do whatever they want.
Yeah, I mean, they got
I think
those companies.
I think Nike, that might be what Nike does at this point, because you can also, um, without having any of these patents pending, that's Jerome's mic is cracking.
My
Uh,
bad.
it's all good. I think without even filing any patents or even trademarks, if you're able to prove that you were selling something from a certain time and somebody else new comes in and does the same shit, you're able to, even without having a copyright or trademark in place, if you're able to show that you were selling it first, legally, you have the right to
Yeah.
continue doing that.
Yeah,
So,
I wouldn't
I
say
don't
it's
know. I don't know what happens.
I don't know if it's a W for him or just Nike just like kind of like blessed him and was like, fuck it, let him live.
Nike doesn't bless anybody. If this reached some sort of agreement, it's probably because they had hit a point where they knew it wasn't going in their favor.
That's probably true.
And I think he also did a countersuit back. I don't know what his allegations were for that, but I did not know this, but Nike actually had sued Yums, not my favorite top 5 restaurants of all time, but
Soldier Boy company.
Soldier Boy Yums. You remember that sneaker from 04, 05? They had actually sued that company, and that company had turned around and countersued Nike back for alleging that there was some sort of Serena Williams ad with Air Forces, something like that, and the type font in that ad was very similar to Yums's trademark logo or something like that. I don't know the full story, but there is some sort of story behind it. And they actually won that as well. So I don't know. I think we'll see what the future holds, man. But I think it's this time it was a win for the little dude and John Geiger. I consider him winning this, man, for not him backing Nike off. I think is a big
continue to create his product and illegally.
Yeah,
it's a win for him.
Yeah, for
Definitely
sure.
a win.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Episode 175 also got put up on Game a little bit earlier tonight. Bank of America has a no down payment mortgages for minorities program.
Let's go.
That off, but they're kicking it off in Dallas, Detroit, basically not DC. But I'm gonna find a way to work it out. I gotta.
In DC, you don't want to use a big financial institution like that. Anyways, you want to use like a regular local lender.
I think there's ways around it. If they open up that program in DC, Jerome, you go for it.
Going crazy.
Be with them for a year and then refinance through somebody else.
Yeah. We're just announcing. We're
rate.
just announcing to the public in general.
Yeah.
Basically,
it's great.
Bank of America said is now offering first-time home buyers in a select group of cities 0 down payment, 0 closing cost mortgages to help grow home ownership among Black and Hispanic Latino communities.
That's
dope. I love it.
The option
That's
will first become available in certain neighborhoods in Charlotte, Dallas, Detroit, Los Angeles, and Miami.
Yo,
new mortgage
you should cop a place in LA.
Miami.
Or Miami ASAP.
Where would you rather move? Miami or LA?
It's for first-time home buyers?
Miami.
Buy a place for my kid in my kid's name.
I mean, Miami's going to be underwater in 10 years, but I'm
the
just
whole
saying.
fucking East Coast is going to be underwater.
I'll be back at AZ.
I'd rather live in LA than Miami. I'll be honest.
But once the earth is done, like raining everywhere, I think
I'd rather live in Miami and visit LA.
I think the earthquakes are going to take LA out.
That's true.
I'm moving to Arizona. Anyhow, basically what they're saying is Community Affordable Loan Solution is the name of the program. The loan requires no mortgage insurance. The additional fee Typically charged to buyers who put down 20%. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
no minimums credit score. Eligibility will be
Wow.
based on
What's the
eligibility.
interest rate for no credit score?
I'm gonna just keep reading, bro. Eligibility will be based on factors like timely rent payments and on-time utility bill, phone and auto insurance
That's amazing.
payments.
Yeah.
Prospective buyers must also complete a home buyer certification course provided by B of A and federally approved housing counseling partners.
Okay.
So I mean, that's the long and short of it for now.
I think that's dope.
That's amazing.
I think it's a good look. I think we'll see similar programs from other banks pop up. You know what I'm saying, in the next 6 months. And I mean, this could be a game changer. It could be a game changer for a lot of people.
We just saw DC government just announced something. I think we hinted on it last week.
The
just announced-
HPAP.
a new
I
program
got some more information about it today. That I haven't. I read the article about everything last week, so now I want to see what the rest of this information does. I'm supposed to talk to the lender again on Friday. Yeah. So it's excuse me, it's out there. They're trying to put it out there for people now. So just pay attention.
It's been
to
out
things.
there. They're just letting people know. But all those programs have been out there.
They have, but I think now a lot more information has been sort of brought to the forefront. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very well known now. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so,
it should be. Yeah.
Yeah. What's the podcast? Episode 175. Sarah Palin. You guys remember Sarah Palin?
I do.
She was somebody's vice president. What was the dude? He died, right? The guy, he was the Vietnam War
McCain.
He's dead, dog. He was Jerome senator.
Yeah. Okay. He wasn't my senator, but all of those sort of out of whack.
Arizona.
Yeah.
He's
a lot
dead.
of racists out there. He's
I don't
dead.
His
daughter gets crushed on The View all the time. It's incredible, or she used to at least. It's terrible.
Crushed as in
her opinions.
It's the View, Abdul.
her opinions get.
I don't know if there's a view to watching somebody get smashed. I don't know. I don't know what we talk about.
Hey yo.
Anyhow, Sarah Palin lost. I guess they set up a special election for an Alaska House seat.
Oh, good.
And so she lost. Yeah.
She was a terrible human.
Yeah. So I mean, obviously, I feel like we're on the sort of cusp of they kind of want to indict Trump, but they don't want to indict Trump for finding all of these extra classified documents at his house. I don't know if you guys.
Why are they wasting their time going there?
I don't know. Well, what happened was they felt that they were lied to, so when they doubled back, they pulled up at his crib and he had classified documents all over the floor, just chilling. And like his counsel lied. His counsel said she went and didn't find nothing, and they're like, "Yo, we went back after her and literally found." They took a picture, and they said it's like the highest of classified documents you can have.
Yeah,
and he had them chilling.
Not only that, I think it was also they had surveillance down there in that basement where those documents were, and these are classified documents that, one of those like. You have to have a security clearance.
Like super
you need
top
to have
secret.
There's different levels of top secret clearance. There's regular top secret. There's top secret with SCI, which also comes with a polygraph. Like these are levels that you have to have in order to see some of these documents. And this motherfucker had them in the basement in an area.
Anybody at his crib could have picked it up.
No, it was workers going down there. Like everybody who worked in the Mar-a-Lago.
Stole all that shit.
So I think they really went over there. The most important thing was getting these documents out of an area and into a more secure area back in a government facility where they belong, because anyone and everyone could have had access to look at.
Why would he take those documents? Just out of curiosity.
Because he's an asshole.
Yeah, but what good do they do him to have them?
Obviously I don't think you'll ever find a truth with him. I mean, the speculation is that he was selling
Yeah,
secret U.S. information for his own personal benefit.
I mean, I
But
they
believe
were
again,
that.
saying, yeah, that could be an option. They came up with their own theories. They could say, they also said it might have had some information on political people that he wanted to use against them if he ever needed. There's all these theories as to why he could have taken it. We don't know what those documents were because of how
Because they're
classified
top
they are.
secret. Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. So all these people they can do is speculate as to the reasons why
What
he thought
documents?
it was necessary for him to take him out of the White House. I mean, I also think that they need to lock his ass up, man.
at
And
this
what's
point, you need to do it.
so they hit him
It's
with
just not
this.
gonna happen though.
They hit him with this Espionage Act violation, which is something he actually put into place and added like a 5-year minimum sentence on or something along those lines because he was hoping that Hillary Clinton would get charged with that same count and he wanted her locked up for that much. So he
So he'll
actually
get locked up on it if it happens.
but the funny thing is that he'll get locked up on something that he put in place if it ever happens.
It's not gonna
um,
happen.
It's not going to happen, but because Democrats are
It's just almost
they
impossible to
drop
arrest the
the
president.
ball on everything. Like, I mean, they have a very viable case
Yeah, but it's
against
still
him when it
almost
comes to this,
impossible.
but they're just bitches when it comes to actually following through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of the Democrat, but they've actually made a lot of headway since the Roe versus Wade announcement. Democrats have actually been doing pretty well. The only thing that is concerning is the Georgia Herschel Walker, who is just the idiot ex-football player,
Herschel
uh,
Walker's a piece of shit
versus
too.
Reverend Warnock. That race is entirely too close. So if you live in Georgia, vote for Warnock. And tonight they actually had a um, debate between Brian Kemp, who is the current governor of Georgia, and Stacey. What's her name?
Abrams.
Stacey Abrams. I was about to say Stacey Adams, but I was like, I know that's wrong.
Stacey
But
Abrams.
Stacey Abrams, the one clip that I reposted on Twitter, oh man,
Bodied him.
she bodied him.
I love it. I love it.
Bodied him. And it's crazy how something like that on Twitter could help her
I gotta
so
see it.
crazily. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta see that clip.
But obviously you were creeping towards, I believe it's November 22nd or something like that. That is voting day here in America.
These are the midterms.
And these are
to
the
be
midterms.
clear,
So
right?
you gotta act right on these. You know what I'm saying? Like, but again, the Democrats are feeling positive. I think if Biden and them play their roles properly and get an indictment against Trump leading up to that, that could really help. That could be something that could help them. And if you can keep Georgia blue, that can really help them. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so, we'll see what's good, man. Episode 175 was a podcast. We want to give a shout out to God's favorite DJ Clark Kent.
Yes.
I believe he was in the district earlier this week with not me, not Eddie,
No.
but Mr. First 34 minutes of this podcast, Abdul.
Missed the first 34 minutes. Yeah, shout out to my brother Clark Kent, man. Him and his wife were here. Actually, his wife was down here on business, and he was just like, "Yo, Clark loves DC, man." I'll be very honest about that. So he came down with her just to kind of hang out and see the district itself, and so we moved around a little bit. It was just a quick day trip. They had a train back up top later that night, so we did dinner in Maquetto and hung out there, and my wife and I talked about trying to convince them to move down here, and still work in progress. It's not ruled out yet. They haven't said no completely, so it could happen. Listen, we could all be neighbors. But yeah, so it was good to see Clark, and yeah, that was about it. It was a quick little trip, just a few hours, and they got here around 1 p.m. and left at 10 p.m. Day trips, man. I like it. I might do a quick day trip
On
to
the
New
train,
York
it's nice.
Yeah, day
on the
trips
train.
are
You're
solid.
chilling. Yeah.
Yeah, day trips are solid. Shout out to Clark, man. He's consistently,
Yeah.
just that guy, man. Always inspirational,
For sure.
aspirational. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Obviously, there's a lot of sneakers that dropped today, and that drop. Oh, you know what? Before we even get into sneakers, we need to talk about the almighty grilled cheese social.
Oh man,
Um,
what a good night that was.
so if you've lived in DC and been sort of in the streets a little bit for the past 10 years, Rock Creek Social has played a part in, some of your social gatherings. And we've started a party called Grilled Cheese Social in 2012 or 13, which was essentially just a day party. But we want to add a little vibe to it, and we threw it at this
We
place
got to
called
get that handle back, man. Somebody's.
a place called Marvin. Funny enough, I walked past Marvin today and saw 5 people walking into Marvin.
I thought it's
Not
closed.
not patrons though, right?
No, they were definitely weren't patrons, but they look like staff of some sort.
Okay,
something's
they're
coming.
supposed to open.
Yeah, so it was this dude who used to be the manager of U Street Music Hall. He was the one that had the keys, and it was 4 sort of
Oh, Scott.
not Scott. This was another guy with glasses. I forget this
Yeah,
dude's name.
Buster.
I don't know. Either way, excuse me. The dude and when I recognized him, we said what's up real quick, and then they just all kind of scooted in. But Grilled Cheese Social, we did it at Marvin from like 2012 to 2018. We did 1 year at another spot, which was we won't talk about that, but man, it was fun. It was a great party. It was an amazing, it was amazing. So we had the first one since the pandemic this past Saturday at Sandlot Anacostia, which is a really nice space right off of what 295.
Yeah,
I believe so. 295 Howard Street. I mean, you come off the freeway, it's right there.
Yep.
It's right there. We had 5 DJs, myself, Matthias, Spencer Tracy, a couple openers. And we got right to it. I mean, it was so overwhelming. We ran out of tequila. We ran out of sandwiches, grilled cheese sandwiches. If you did get a sandwich, God bless. Sandwiches were really good too. You got a sandwich, right, Abdul? You know,
I did.
Yeah.
My wife and I split it.
Yeah. So it was a really good sort of
It was a nice reunion. I saw a lot of people I didn't see in a long time.
Yeah.
Silent Tom, our super producer and chief engineer of this podcast, creator of this podcast, was out there.
He hit me. He's like, "Yo, we about to pull out. Can you get us in?" I walked straight to the front, made sure they had no issue.
And he came with Shanti, another friend of ours. So it was good to see both of them outside in a social setting. Yeah, man, and you know, I got there a little bit late, but Spencer Tracy was DJing, and you know, he had the reggae set right on time, and yeah, it was a nice vibe.
Fresh off the West Indies interview with the reggae.
Yeah, listen, I mean, I've always been a fan of. I think the reggae set at a club night is in this new generation has been overlooked. I don't think enough DJs do it, man. But you know what it is. I think Spencer, because of his connection and the amount of time he spent in Miami, he's found a new love and admiration for dance hall. I think that's what it is. And Jared, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the time that he spent down here and being around West Indians and seeing what that music can do to change up the tempo of a club, because that's normal down there, man. You go to any club out there, they're gonna have a dance hall set. If not, majority of the night is gonna be dance hall. So
a lot of it too with the new reggae, it's not as popular. Like it's not being, they're still making a lot of great reggae music, but it's not like on top 40 radio. Like that's what I'm saying. Like the Sean Paul bangers were like.
They don't have those.
They don't have those.
They don't
exist, you know what I'm saying? Right.
On the video.
So it's kind of recoiled. But like when I play Society on Thursdays, they do a reggae happy hour before me. Man, I get there like 9:00 because it's not really the most well attended party. But I'll get there at 9:00 and just Shazam the whole last hour, and they're playing all new reggae. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But I never heard this stuff on the radio before, though. You know?
Yeah, no. It's reggae is just one of those genres that's unfortunately just, I think because of people like Sean Paul earlier. You had Shaba, you had Sizzler, and you had I Wayne. Artists like that whose music was hitting like radio at that time. But
Mhm.
I just think in this new generation, it's just radio has just changed too, right? I
Yeah.
think
Yeah, I don't think
it's
people listen to the radio.
yeah,
anymore.
it's just a variety of different things that can make a song top 40. And reggae artists sometimes don't have sort of that machine behind them, backing them to push them to that next level. And I think a lot of that is that machine that's able to get them to a level, man. It does, because it's not always good music that gets to the next level. Some
It's
of it is
very
really
rarely. It's very rarely
it's
good
almost
music.
always
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
music, but that machine behind it and those connections can
Yeah.
get you there. Reggae is still a genre. I was just at, and I talked about this because Sean was nominated for the Grammys just this year, and the reggae award is dance hall award is not even on shown on TV.
On TV.
It's
Yeah.
on a separate function a few hours before the Grammys start.
Yeah, it's
Like-
not even like an official Grammy.
Bro, like reggae, if you think about it, might be one of the most important genres of in music. You know, if you think about drums and you think of Cool Herc and who started hip hop in America and his Jamaican background, you know, all of that comes from, you could make an argument, comes from dancehall and reggae. You know what I'm
Listen,
saying?
man,
So
you don't even want to get into that argument right now because that argument has been killing Twitter and people everywhere in the past week about the
are you
origins
talking about like
of hip hop.
the Puerto Ricans saying
Puerto
he came
Ricans
from
and black people.
reggaeton or
Yeah,
whatever?
a lot of just discourse.
I mean, I
A
think
lot
it's
of-
just I think it's a combination of all that, you know.
Yeah.
I don't think one person can claim.
Well,
create-
I
creation
don't know.
of
I don't
hip-hop.
even know what the argument is, but I mean, reggaeton. The first word in reggaeton is reggae.
For sure.
I'll leave that there.
I mean, the Caribbean music, dog. It's
Caribbean
like,
music, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, and you know, I was watching clips from the Notting Hill Carnival.
shout out to the McLean family who just moved to London. They were out
Shout out
there.
to the McLeans. Shout out to the McLeans.
Yeah,
shout out to
shout
my
out to the
guy
McLeans.
Neil, who's an Arsenal fan. We're 5-0, top of the league right now, batting 1,000. We have lost 0 games. We just won our 5th game straight. You know, earlier today, and he's also an Arsenal fan. So, but yeah, they went to the Notting Hill Carnival. I don't know if you guys saw clips from it, but it looked absolutely fucking crazy, man. I gotta go to the Notting Hill Carnival next year, man. I gotta make my way out to the UK and attend that.
Got to do it, man. I mean, again, I don't know what we were originally talking about, but
Doesn't matter.
music.
doesn't matter at this point. But shout out to reggae music.
Oh, we're talking about Spencer
Right.
Tracy.
Oh, we're
Yeah,
talking about
shout out
Grilled
to
Cheese
Spencer
Social.
Tracy.
Jesus
Yeah, Grilled
Christ.
Cheese Social. Let's get
We
back to
ended
that.
Damn.
we ended up in London.
Yo, Grilled Cheese
We're talking
Social
about
next one needs to be
soccer.
in London. Yeah.
Grilled
Maybe
Cheese Social
the
next one,
connection.
September 24th.
Okay. Same location, Sandlot.
Same location. Yeah, shout out
Okay.
to we had people come down from everywhere, man. Shout out to my guy Q. He came down from Baltimore with his homies. A couple other folks
I
from
met you. Introduced
yeah,
me
you
to
met
him,
Q.
right?
Yeah. Q
Shout
is
out to
my
him.
guy, man. And just a couple other people from all around, man, that showed up.
Yeah. You were faded. You were twisted.
Nah,
you were in
I
a
was
very
not.
you were in a very happy place.
I was in a good place. I wasn't faded. I had another gig.
You were faded, bro.
I was not
Where did you
faded.
go out? What'd you play after that?
Bro, I had to go to Ozio.
Ooh.
Good party. Turned up, killed it. But I was just tired because
That's a long day.
got out there at 2.
Yeah.
Oof. Yeah, and it was hot out there.
It's hot out there early.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I drank water for the first probably 2 hours just because they weren't even open. So clearly I was
Yeah.
only drinking water. And it's just that day, man. I don't think we'll have to deal with that anymore. I think we can get 2 more grilled cheese socials, maybe 3. If we do one, it would be the weekend of Thanksgiving. So depending on what climate change is looking like, it could either be decent outside or it could be
Might be
cold.
Might
What
be
you got
shorts
going
weather
on
in
for this week for
Thanksgiving.
Labor Day weekend?
Labor Day weekend, I got Society tomorrow, 1942 Friday, private gig on early Saturday, food festival middle of the day Saturday, Society again on Saturday night,
Damn.
and then Sunday I'm doing they're doing like a block party at DeLorean.
Oh wow. What
DeLorean?
block? What
On
block?
U
Is that fourth
Street.
on U Street?
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
it's
they-
Adams Day. It's Adams Morgan Day, I think.
Nah, they're just like taking over 2 parking spots or something. I don't know.
Oh,
Got to give the young guys some credit, man.
Alright.
Relax.
all right. We're not gonna ask too many questions.
Hey, relax.
Shout out
see?
to Ugly Mike.
So, obviously there is just going to be a ton of new gear coming up. Nike is dropping actually a lot of shoes at once. The Sakai Cortez dropped today, which I
Pass.
think will be a hit in another colorway.
Nah, that's the
Um,
colorway I think if it's gonna hit on because that's that original Cortez colorway,
I,
right?
I hear you.
Yeah, I think so
The
too.
the Tom Sachs, I need them. I
Me
need
too.
them there.
You like them ugly
They were
ass
a little.
shoes?
They were a little boring at first, but that yellow colorway.
The yellow is the one.
Me.
Yeah.
They already came out. When did they come out?
Friday, I
dropped
think.
today?
Yeah.
I don't see them on sneakers.
They're on
I think they
sneakers.
come out on Friday. The
Talk to
GPS
me.
general.
I know they are.
Purpose shoe.
They're not on there right now. Well, I can't see them.
I can see him. Yeah,
And
I think
there's
I
a
might
lot
have a
of.
chance to get those, man.
Listen, man, I feel the same way. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm going to hit on sneakers.
we've seen a lot of other things. I think ALD they put out their fall collection since the last time we spoke. It's wild expensive. I had to pass on everything because it's just under
Any
my
New
budget.
Balances? Did they show anything?
They didn't show anything yet.
Okay.
Jerry Lorenzo did the Fear of God Essentials, which is his more affordable line. That dropped. I think he's seeing more money from Essentials than he is from
He's got
And
to
that,
regular
apparently
Fear
that
of
essential
God.
sells out everywhere it goes, and it goes hard at the resale stores too.
So like the first size that sells out in Essentials is 14, 16. You
That's
can't
kid
buy
size.
any exactly. All the
What's-
kids,
What
all the
size is
kids,
14? Oh, that's a kid size.
but it's like a XXL in kids or like
Okay.
a small. But I'm just saying it's because all the parents are saying y'all want to buy. It's cheaper to buy the kids version of it at 14, 16.
Or it's girls buying it.
Or it's girls buying it. But like
Right.
I tried to cop Bella some of it just on the 14, 16 side of things. All gone.
All gone.
All
Yeah.
gone. But
So
he's
you gotta buy that. You gotta buy that adult small.
I mean, at that point, I'm just not buying it because I'm just like it just costs too much. But it's good to see him doing his thing.
Where do you buy that? On his website?
From his website or Mr. Porter?
True.
So, I just think clothing is just that time for new clothing to shop. We got new stuff. We got those Asics, those JJ Brown Asics.
Did those sell out or?
There's like 2 5s left, I think. 2 size 5s. We got some stuff from Real Bad Man. We got
Real bad man.
Yeah, but I say Real Bad Man because of who's involved with this particular project.
What do you
You know
mean?
what I'm
Who is
saying?
it? Is
We'll
it some
talk about it off-
colonizers?
Yeah, we'll talk about it after.
Oh my god.
After it's like Shaba,
Oh my god. All right.
Stupid.
It's stupid. All right.
Niggas ain't calling me. So yeah, man. I mean, at this point, I think we're just gonna say, or Abdul, you want to talk about some sneakers or something?
No, I don't. Eddie and I were talking about this sneaker before we started recording. The Miami Hurricanes dunk, man. That I looked it up. That
Those are
shit does
dope.
look good, man. It looks good.
It reminds me of like a Brazil dunk vibe, but I actually like that colorway better than the
The
Brazil.
orange is tight.
Yeah.
I don't think I'd seen those before you pointed them out to me. There's just so many sneakers coming out, dog. Like it's
Yeah.
easy to miss something. But yeah, other than that, I don't have anything, man. I can talk about TV and all that. New shows. Fall is coming up. Fall is historically the start of new seasons and new shows. And that's actually already started. Raising Canaan, 50 Cent's show, new season started. And I haven't started yet. I'm waiting for the whole season to go through, man. I'm gonna just binge watch the whole thing. But if you're enjoy watching 1 week at a time, you should go check that out. If you haven't seen the first season, go catch up on that. It's on Stars Network. Raising Kanan is really good. Another show I watched previously and a new season started is Industry. Industries on Showtime, and it has to do with a financial firm in the UK and some of the people working for it. This is the second season. It's really good. What else? City on a Hill. I think that's a HBO Showtime show. It's based on in the 90s, the crooked police force in Boston, crooked and racist police force in Boston, and a DA that's working in that system. It's really good. Hard Knock Training. Detroit Lions is also on HBO right now. Even though I'm not an American football fan, I do like Hard Knocks. Do you guys ever watch that?
Nah, I haven't even heard of it.
You've never heard of Hard Knocks?
It's been on for years now.
It's been on for years, and every year they follow a different NFL team during preseason, and as well as from drafting or whatever players they drafted, the new team coming up preseason, all the way through till the first day that the football season actually starts. So they go through the whole process of cutting people off the roster, getting more people on, training sessions, injuries. I mean, it's a very well done show, man. So
yeah.
I'll tell you that you don't even need to be a football fan to enjoy that show. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out right now. Hard Knocks. It's on HBO, and this year they're following the Detroit Lions.
It's a really good show. Football is just like the subplot of the whole thing. There's
Yeah, for sure.
There's a bunch of other factors that go into it, but football is just
yeah. They get into players' lives and some of the stars on the team, all that, their families, and it's tight. I'm watching this show called The Bureau. I've talked about it. It's on AMC Plus, and it's about the French intelligence agency. The whole show is in French, man, so it's taking me a little bit longer. I got to read subtitles, but it's really well done. The acting is really good. It's like Jason Bourne shit, except in French, which is the most annoying thing about it. But it's really good. So I just finished the first season. I'm now on the second season.
I feel like there's always a show about the crooked Boston police force. Well, like all the time. Like I get that maybe historically
there's movies and TV shows.
Yeah. Right. I get that maybe historically they were pieces of shit, but it's like, damn, how many fucking stories can you make? It's like black slave movies, It's
let's talk to Matt Damon and Ben Affleck about that. They're behind a lot of that shit.
I think they get a pass because they're from the area. You know what I'm saying? And they
Ben Affleck, didn't he marry J-Lo?
He did again, yeah,
twice.
But he's a buster because he owns a plantation.
What do you mean?
They married on his plantation,
like a slave plantation. It used to be.
What else would it
be? I don't know. Maybe English is my second language. Does that?
Nah, bro.
Mean something else?
It does not. He owns a former slave plantation, and he and J-Lo married there
in South Carolina or some shit.
Probably.
Every time I hear plantations, I think South Carolina. I don't know why.
Because that's where there was a ton of slaves.
Yeah. I mean, they were all over the South, but I specifically go to South Carolina for some reason. Hold
on, let me do the nods to get specific.
Yeah.
Inside Ben and Jennifer Lopez's. Oh no, I'm sorry, Georgia. Inside Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez's 87-acre Georgia plantation.
Oh, it's hers too.
Just because they're married together, they're married now.
They gotta change the name of that.
Fuck both of them. They can kick rock. Ain't nobody tripping off that. Damn, I was just about to say something about slavery and plantations too, but I forgot. we'll talk about it. It was.
There's a movie coming out on Emmett Till, and I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm brave enough to watch it.
I'm not.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for that sort of trauma of seeing that again in like what I'm saying. You heard the story, and you know how it ends.
Have you seen the picture though of his open casket?
No.
You've never seen it?
No.
It's. I mean.
Oh, I have actually. I did it like without even knowing. I did see it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's the same one, he's wearing like a suit.
Yeah, I mean like his eyes and all that stuff. Yeah. It's very upsetting.
Very, very sad.
Very upsetting. Very sad.
And sad.
Yeah, it makes you want to, not be
hurt
friends
somebody.
with people that would do something like that. Yeah, for sure. In terms of new music, Larry June album still doing well.
God did.
God did is not a good album. It might be doing well because he has a ton of popular people on it, but in terms of actually listening to it, it's not a good album. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole verse is everything you want it to be, but outside of that, the whole verse is good. It's Jay-Z at 52 years old talking shit that a 52-year-old man can talk shit about. Like you just nigga, like yes, but outside of that. Khaled ain't talking about nothing. The whole album.
I listened to Khaled on Drink Champs, and I'm just so disappointed that Nori and EFN let him go on and on and on about being the most positive person and never saying anything bad about people and never bringing up how mad he was that Tyler was beating him in ratings the last album or 2 albums ago. Like nobody brought that up.
They might not even know about that.
Of course they did. There was a very, very big news thing, man.
I mean, Noriega's fried, man. He might not remember that.
They might have had an agreement not to bring that up.
That's also pretty
definitely had an agreement. And you got to remember they got to see each other in those Miami streets.
Well, I think Nori and Khaled are like pretty good friends.
Yeah, they're all friends.
But I'm just saying they all got to see each other in those Miami streets, and nobody wants to upset.
I just think they should have brought that up. I mean, I just think that should have been something that Khaled could have been like, "Yo, I made a mistake," and he could have cleaned it up. Like,
or like I was just being competitive,
I think your expectations of Nori and DJ EFN are a little too high.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, because it's not fair that they wouldn't do that. Like they should do that. You know what I'm saying?
That's their job to do.
That is their job to do that. But I mean, you just let him sit around and say God did 47 times. Like, which I haven't even watched it. I don't think I will.
I listened to it on my run.
I just
I didn't listen to the whole thing.
The whole album,
3 hours long.
Oh, I'm talking about I'm talking about the podcast, Drink Champs episode.
3 hours talking about what though? Like his new album, where he's been in life, his kids, like
all of that.
Just
it has some funny moments. Khaled is charismatic. He's able to rehearse something and bring it out and able to spark some sort of comedic timing. I think he's good at that, man. And I just wish that they'd just come up with some questions around that. Like, yo, fam, you're talking all this shit, but you were mad. Like, why? Why did you go after this dude? Just because his ratings were better than yours?
So he's saying that they're saying that he's on pace to sell between 105 and 115,000. That range should give enough to the New Orleans-born DJ producer his 4th #1 album on the Billboard 200 chart.
Okay.
That is according to allhiphop.com.
I'm not mad at him.
Me neither.
I'm not saying you were. I'm just saying I'm not mad at that.
Yeah.
I'm mad at that.
Yeah, I know.
100%.
I haven't even heard the album.
I listened literally last Thursday when I was leaving Society because everybody was on Twitter talking about the J-verse. Go straight to the J-verse. All right, cool. He's doing what he's doing. Even the Wayne verse on that song is really dope. Mm-hmm. And Rose wasn't bad either. So that's like the one good song. But the rest of that, it's just not good, man. He he completely, like, we're all Alchemist and Griselda fans. He didn't give them any shine on the album. Like, you can't avoid them in hip hop right now. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
multiple Little Baby verses, multiple Drake verses, Future's on a couple songs, Migo.
He just
Come on, my
reaching.
God. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so I was disappointed, but I also, my expectations were really low. So,
Listen, shout out to DJ Khaled, man.
for what? Anyhow,
Do your thing, Playboy.
no. Yeah, what's the podcast? Episode 175. We did that. Again, man, happy birthday to my child.
Yes,
She's
happy
10.
birthday to her.
We're turning up the pressure. I told her, I said, once we hit 10, we're turning up the pressure. Everything changes.
Double digits.
You know what I'm saying? Everything changes. The study habits, the food, everything is going to improve. You know what I mean? So,
Indeed.
and I told her I would do my part. You know what I'm saying? We'll do some better traveling. You know what I'm saying? Some better experiences, stuff like that. So, we're gonna make it work. You know what I'm saying? But shout out to my guy, always available, hashtag Shewar Eddie.
Peace, fellas.
And don't charge Abdul.
Yes, sir. See y'all
Shout
next
out
week.
to our guy Silent Tom as well. We're out. Peace.
Peace.